What is going on, guys? Long time no see. Been a lot happening, but not a lot of filming. But I am tonight working on some shop stuff. I've had some scrap plywood laying around for a while. Some left over from old jobs that didn't get used, and some that were salvaged from tear outs that I did. And I've been so overwhelmed by this shop and what I want to do, and I don't know if you get like that, where there's so much you want to do that needs to get done, and you just keep putting it off because you don't really know how to get started. And it just hit me today. You know, the best way to get started is just to start something. So for better or worse, I'm taking all the scraps. I've as much as possible, I've decided to build my miter saw station for the time being only with what's on hand. I'm gonna try to buy as little as possible. I am gonna have to buy a few things. But I tend to come up with some extra wood from jobs, leftovers. I do come across, you know, scrap wood from time to time, and I'm going to try to do my best with what I got and just do it as I can. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up sinking way too much money into this thing. So tonight I'm working with some leftovers and some salvage stuff, like I said, from tearing out stuff from other jobs, and I'm trying to build an 8-foot section that's going to go over here in the corner. I'll show that in a minute. Is be on the left-hand side of my miter saw. And right now, all I have wood for is to build a carcass, and really not even the complete carcass. And I think tomorrow, on my way home from church, I go by Home Depot. I'm gonna stop and get a couple other little things, just so I can at least have a carcass in place. And I want to have a place to actually put the miter saw for the time being, but I got to start somewhere, and I got to start. So that's where I'm at tonight. I'm going to get the camera flipped around, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I look like a hot, sweaty mess, it's because I am a hot, sweaty mess. Mississippi summer is starting to creep in. We've been blessed with a little cooler weather, longer than normal, at least at night. It's starting to creep in, and oh boy, do I need to lose about 25 pounds. All right, as you can see, the state of the shop is pitiful. I haven't really picked anything up. In fact, it's just, yeah, I'm worse shape than before. But all of this wood here is either really only one piece is left over from cabinet jobs as a cut off, and then everything else was salvaged from other jobs where I've had to go and demo things out, and it was going to get chunked. So, I mean, you can see, you know, it's got old nail holes and things, but it'd be perfectly fine for shop cabinets. It's 8 feet long. I'm probably going to divide it into 2-foot sections. I love drawers, and so this whole thing is probably just going to be about 4 banks of drawers. I may leave an open spot with some open shelving, I'm not sure yet. But it's going to go right here in this corner. So we'll walk out here, and you can see that it's my shop. As you walk in, my miter saw station I'm planning on putting on this side here. I don't know if I'm gonna back it all the way in the corner. I think I'm gonna pull it off some, use that for, you know, tall stuff I can put up in there, but also that'll give me a little extra overhang if I'm ever cutting longer pieces and need that. That'll allow me to have a little overhang. So it'll be 8 feet. And then I'm gonna have the middle section where my Hitachi chop saw is gonna go. Luckily, this chop saw is made so that it slides forward. A lot of the older models, I think they're all doing that now, but a lot of the older models, you know, it retracted backwards. So you actually had to pull your saw and your cabinets as well off the wall to leave room for it to retract back. But as it sits now, the way this one's made, it just needs to be able to accommodate the back of the saw, which is nice. So anyway, 8-foot section here, chop saw, and probably a 4, maybe 5-foot section-ish on the other side. And I think that's going to be plenty. You know, that's more than a lot of people have. I've been blessed. You know, it's an old shop. Got some leaks I got to deal with. A lot to work out. But I'm blessed with space, and so I want to try to use that. And I think that's what we're going to do. So, sorry for all the rambling. I think I'm dehydrated and going nuts. But that's what I'm working on tonight. Gonna try to get this carcass put together, get it pocket holed, get it put together, and just let it sit. I got to pick up. I think what I'm gonna do is do some pressure treated 2x4s for the base of this. I'm not gonna cut out a toe kick. I'm gonna cut, just gonna be a cube. And then I will actually make the base out of pressure treated 2x. That'll give me 3.5-inch rise on that. And I'll cut it so that it, it's shorter in depth, so it's kind of like having a toe kick. The reason for that is this shop sweats. It is not at all sealed in. And so when it sweats, I don't want it sitting on plywood, that moisture sucking up through and messing everything up. So what I'll do is get the pressure treated 2x's screwed together. I'll put them down on the floor. I'll level them, shim them up as they need to be, because this floor has some settling. I don't know if you can see right there, we got a crack runs pretty much the length of the shop where the ground was sloughing off on the outside. I've since built a retaining wall that should be taken care of now, but it's just too much money to try to pull that up. So I'm just gonna shim it as I need to, set the cabinets down on, they should be level after that. And I'm thinking about doing a fenceless tabletop where I'm just gonna use T-tracks, cut my channel out, install the T-track, and then have different clamps and stuff that slide in the T-track. That'll allow me to have full use of the tabletop surface, which I think will be nice. But I haven't made my mind up yet, but we'll see. All right, guys, I've rambled and talked way too long on this. If you've stuck with it, you're either bored or just kind of interested in all my screw-ups and want to learn from that. Either way, I'm glad you stuck around. We'll catch back soon, and I'll catch you up on how this project is going. Stay tuned. See you later.